my name is Yasmin Euphemia, aka Sugar, and I'm here today with.
I'm Beverly, aka UK Fluffy Chick, and we are the founder sisters of Supporter Sis-Star Network. And this evening, we
praises to
have a
God.
very beautiful guest with us today.
Oh, bless you. All praises to God.
Yes, tell us your name and who you are.
Okay, my name's Salome. I'm Salome Rowe. I live in Birmingham and I am the founder, should I say, and manager director of a company called the Manderin Fish.
Okay. And what exactly is Mandarin Fish?
Okay, the Mandarin Fish is a vintage and retro clothing line, mainly. But I try and source all things that are really to give people a unique identity. So anything for the eccentric kind of person and anybody who likes to be unique. And that's all.
I love the sound of that. I don't even know where to start with my question. Please go, you start, Sugar, because I don't even know where to go with this one.
Salome, where did you start from? How did you manage to get into the position doing Mandarin Fish?
Okay, so I in about 2013 I started another vintage and retro clothing line. And that came about from myself. I was really into vintage and retro clothes. I was quite an eccentric when I was younger, in my heyday. And I really, really love fashion. My grandmother was a dressmaker, and my mum really likes clothes as well. And to be honest, it's something that's kind of in my family. But I was kind of quite out there. And I found that it was a way that I could express myself. I'm quite reserved as a person, but I find that with my fashion, I'm quite artistic. I like to mix match things. I don't like to be uniform. I don't like if I come to my husband and I say, should I wear this? And he will always pick things that are uniform. But I like if it's cream, and I'd probably put green in there or put orange in there or purple or something. Whereas a lot of people like to match.
Yeah.
I really, really don't.
Blend, more
So I
blending.
find, yeah, I don't really like to blend in. So it was a way of me expressing myself, but then having the other side to myself where I'm quite quiet and quite shy. So as I say, I did start my quirky vintage. That was about in 2013, and I did it for a while. And then I was on my own. So because I was going, I had my own website and things. And I used to go to a lot of the vintage fairs, and I used to do vintage parties and things like that. But it got a bit much. And I said, I'm going to get a little job. And I started to do the little job. And then that kind of took over. And then I just fell out of what I was doing. So quite recently, I have restarted and I've came with a new name because I'm not just doing vintage and retro clothes. So as I say, before we was My Quirky Vintage, and now I'm the Mandarin Fish, and that name comes from the Mandarin Fish was like a beautiful fish, and our slogan is averages for goldfish. So it was a different kind of fish, what's really beautiful to look at. So that's why I came with the Mandarin Fish.
Wow. So is your
I love that.
your retro clothes, is it from scratch or is it like you get stuff and customize it? What is your element? Where you going?
Okay, so I source a lot of things. I source a lot of as I say, vintage and retro clothing. So I go around and I've got quite a few companies that I'm in contact with, and I like to go and see what they've got to offer. I did used to customize things, and I can do that, and I do actually so. But most recently, I haven't been doing a lot of the customizing. I have been cheeky and buying things that are already customized up already, just to save me the time, because I do work as well.
Right.
So I found that customizing things was a bit more time consuming for me. But yeah.
Okay. So
So,
go on,
so would
sorry,
you
go on.
take commissions, although like you say, it's time consuming and that if I decided that I wanted a 1940s look and I had a coat that could be altered or something, would you take
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. We can get things to order. And I can obviously, as I say, do those alterations myself. So if somebody did come to me and say, Salome, you know, I want this or I need a certain kind of theme, then yeah, most definitely I'll do that.
So you know what my question is going to be now, right? I'm going to step on your con.
About sustainability.
No, not about no
Ask-
sustainability, not about sustainability, about sizability. Because quirky, you know, me myself personally, I'm still trying to develop a personal style that, because I just feel like if I didn't have the ability to sew, although I don't have the time most of the time because of work, but if I didn't have that ability to sew, that expression, being able to express myself through clothing, would be eliminated because there is nothing out there in the stores that I could find to say me. And I'm still trying to discover me clothes wise. So I'm still wearing what I can get to fit me as well as what I can manage to make. But like you know, like how some people have a distinct, you can see an item and think, you know what, Salome would wear something like that. I don't have a,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
Amazing.
and then because, like I said, for the things that I would really like that would say me, you can't find them in the sizing. Because I think in terms of style taste, I'm a 40s, 50s girl. Love the fashion of those decades. But that's the time when women were a lot smaller. So
Yeah.
I couldn't go retro and say, get it. I'd have to recreate. So do you have suppliers that provide for long story to a question was, do you basically cover for the fluffy people then?
Yeah, we do. We do. I will, if I'm honest, it is more limited. But it is something that I do source for because that comes up quite a lot. When I go and I do vintage fairs and I also do pop-up stores, we do have people come with that question. So because of that reason, it makes me actively look for things for people that are bigger and various different shapes and sizes, you know. It's for unique identity for everybody, and nobody shouldn't be exempt from that. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. But you're doing your retro clothing. Are you still doing parties and going to fairs, or do you plan to start doing parties again?
Yeah, I do. I have I'm going to one on Saturday actually. We'll be in Bristol. And I did do a vintage fair the other day as well. And I'm planning to do a lot more pop-up markets as well. I am actively networking and trying to push us through as many doors as possible. We want people to meet us and get to know, and we want people to say, I went to the Mandarin Fish. We want to be out there. You know, there is a lot of competition because quite a lot of people are doing vintage and retro clothes at the moment. But I do generally, not being too big-headed, think that I do bring something different to the table. I've got a real good eye for sourcing things, as I say. So I do bring that real unique touch. So when we do go places, we do get a really good response. But as I say, it's getting out there. But yeah,
So most of your
definitely.
pop-up shops, are you
Most
based in just
excellent. Most
Birmingham or do you
excellent.
go about?
We go about.
Okay.
We go about. We are based in Birmingham, but we do go about, fill up and take our stuff all over the place.
So like London, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, no way. You know you're going to go to Birmingham anyway.
You just have something.
Definitely.
You know
Wherever
you're
there's
going to go to Birmingham.
wherever we can go, we'll be there. Definitely. And I think
Excellent.
say for example, London, there's a lot of unique people there. So it's a good market for us.
Yeah. And a lot of unique, fluffy people too. So
Yeah.
But I understand there's a lot of unique people in Birmingham as well.
yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
All right. So you've got the fairs and parties. You're building back up again. Where do you see you being? Where do you see Mandarin Fish being in 5 years' time?
I want to be up there. I want to be well recognized on our website. I want a lot of traffic. I don't want us to be going and trying to call for people. I want people to be coming towards us because we're supplying the goods. And if we're not doing that, then we're failing. So for now, I'm trying to work on marketing, and then I want to feel that response, not because I'm prizing people towards myself, because they actively want to and have an interest for what we're supplying.
Yeah. So like when you
Yeah,
think
because as
retro
you're
clothing, you just
being
think Mandarin
unique,
Fish.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, the place to go, the people to get hold of is Mandarin Fish. Because I just love the idea, what you said earlier about goldfish, but we want to be Mandarin Fish. We don't want to be just goldfish.
No, let's see.
So yes, do you think we've covered all that you'd like to share with us? Because
Yes, really. Another thing, what I would say is for the sustainability as well, because there's a lot of fast fashion.
Yeah.
And as you would know, and I know through my time, fashion goes around in a circle, and that need for people to be always buying the latest things. I have things what I've had in my wardrobe for years and years and years, and that's another thing. I don't try and fit into the tick box that I must have what they say is in fashion, and it works for me. You get the same compliments, people still look at you the same, and you're able to even save your money because you're not thinking I must go and buy these. A lot of the things when you buy vintage and retro clothing, it will last you for a lifetime.
Yeah, definitely.
Meanwhile, say like with Fluffy Chick trying to develop her image, me personally, I don't have any image. It's the last couple of videos that we've done, I've actually put clothes on, but usually I arrive in my uniform and I do the interview in my uniform. So this is probably like the third, fourth time that people out there are going to see me actually wearing clothes. But everything that I've worn is something that somebody else has given me. Would you consider like advising on what someone should wear with their personality and their body shape?
Definitely. That's definitely something that I actually do as well. Mainly for friends and family members and things like that. I do have a different eye. So I don't like to try and take people out of their comfort zone because it's very important that we're comfortable in our own skin and with what we're wearing. But I would definitely advise somebody if they wanted me to. Yeah, I don't try
would
and
you
push
do like
my
workshops? Would you do like, because I mean, although sometimes people, you're saying you don't want to like you advise, but you don't want to take people out their zone. Sometimes people want to come out their zone, but they just don't know what direction to go with it. Because like I found like I would just look at someone and think, okay, this shape will look nice on you, and I just give just suggestions, and it's just up to them where they go with it. So in terms of like, is it something that Mandarin Fish would have an extension, like fashion workshops, where if you wanted to get into that quirky but don't know how to step into that quirky zone, how to go about it and discovering yourself, so you know what kind of things you're attracted to, and will gradually get you out for those who want to take it little steps at a time to get out into Quirkland. Do you think you'd do some fashion workshops for that?
We could most definitely. I'm very open, and it's a very good idea, if I'm honest. Yeah, and it's something that I would definitely consider in future in stepping into the resource. And in the next 5 years, we want you to be looking and saying, I need something to wear. I am going out. I'm going to check out the Mandarin Fish because I know that they've got that quirky item that is going to make me stand out in that crowd.
Hallelujah. I love that.
Yes,
All right.
perfect. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love what you ladies are doing as well. It's very, very needed. Very positive. So it's a very good movement. Thank you very much for having me.
And no,
Yeah,
thank you for coming. No, really. If you know anyone
Thank
else, you just
you.
send them
Really
along to.
appreciate you.
okay.
Yeah.
Christ
All right,
bless
so
you on your journeys.
Thank
Bless you.
you.
Enjoy Jamaica.
Don't tell
I
her.
will do. Thank you and bye.
All right,
That's
then
a
take care,
wrap.
Salome. That's a wrap.
Bless you. Take care.
All
Bye-bye.
right,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.